Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. I'm super excited about this week's topic because I really want to start getting into more self-love practices. And the reason why this is so important is self-love is a very broad term that we tend to use sometimes, but really what the basis of it is how we take care of ourselves physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, right? How do we talk to ourselves? How do we love ourselves in every single moment? And so I've made a few videos on this topic. I talked a lot about how to build your self-confidence, self-parenting. I mean, we've gotten into like a lot of different stuff, learning about narcissism, learning about emotional abuse, yay to self-development. But really understanding all of these things under that umbrella of self-love is huge because it allows you to pinpoint, okay, what are the key areas in my life that I need to focus on right now? Life is always changing and there are always going to be areas of your life that you're trying to focus on to get better in, and this is a great place to start. So before we get into all of these self-love practices that I'm just dying to go over with you guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you have not subscribed to this channel. Every Tuesday I post a new video. If you haven't already, please go follow me on Instagram. I will link it somewhere over here. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna get into is gratefulness. And the reason why this is so important is because in order to really take care of yourself, in order to be in a good mental and emotional state, you have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for what you have. You can't always live in the, well, I don't have this, I'm not there yet, you know, just this place of negative garbage and energy just because you don't have what you want in life. You know, this is the whole quote where it's not the journey, it's the destination, blah, blah, blah kind of stuff, but it's really true. I believe that it's important to always be wanting more for yourself, right? Like want more for yourself, want a bigger house, want a better car, want to, you know, get a degree, want to have the job that you've always wanted. But in the midst of getting to where you would like to be right now, you also have to enjoy where you are because you have no control over life and you can't control getting to that place as quickly as you want to get there. So in the midst of this ride that you're on, you might as well have a good time. And so for me, having a good time is being grateful, is practicing gratitude as much as you possibly can. Thinking about all the things, all the people, all the opportunities, everything that you have in your life right now that someone else would die to have. And I think that, and just being happy with where you are will, I mean, look at that beam light, it just like came in. It was like, the heavens are 100% agreeing with me. Gratitude radiates that positive, glowing energy within anyone. So it's such a powerful thing to practice every single day. And it's something that is a part of self-love because it is you loving yourself. It's you not putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect, to have it all, and that you are grateful for where you are and what you have right now, because really this moment is all we have. So the next thing is don't attach to every thought that you have, and I talk about this so much throughout this channel, is attaching to when we begin to attach to our thoughts, every thought that we have, I mean, hello anxiety, hello stress, hello fear, hello panic attacks, hello depression. We're attaching to every single thing that's running through our mind. I mean, that would make anyone crazy. So learning how to monitor our thoughts, right? And being able to say, oh, look, there's fear. Okay, here's stress. Okay, worry's starting to come at me. Being aware of what we tell ourselves in every single moment, that will allow us to pick the thoughts that we want to really believe in and engage in, and the thoughts that don't need our attention. Fear, unless, you know, it's a burning building, for the most part, the fear that I'm always talking about does not require you to attach to it, to engage with it, to sit in it, to contemplate it, to replay it over and over and over again. So learning not to attach to every single thought that comes through your mind and recognizing that you are not your thoughts is really a part of self-love. It's such an important aspect towards self-parenting, and it's something that when you start really doing this, you will, number one, recognize how powerful it is to attach to thoughts. And when you are attaching to thoughts, what that actually creates for you, like I said, anxiety and panic attacks and nervousness, nervous belly, and all of these things that we can control if we master this one simple principle. So the next thing is stop the self-criticism. So this is the perfectionist. Hi. I'm Stephanie. Nice to meet you. I'm a perfectionist at times. This is the inner critic of, I got to do this the right way. I got to do this perfect. I have to give this. I have to be everything. I'm not good enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not going to pass this test. Like all of that negative garbage that we tell ourselves day in and day out. Are we going to continue to say those things to ourselves even if we begin to have self-awareness? Probably, because you have an ego and you do have wounds and you have things within yourself that most likely these are things that it is a life journey to practice. Self-development is a life journey, and learning these things, while you can heal wounds and they become faint, sometimes the scars of a wound are just always going to be with you. And it's about learning life skills in order to deal with that scar that, might bleed every now and then, because that's the ups and downs of life. And so the self-criticism, will we recognize, or will we never say anything that's criticizing ourselves ever again? Probably not, but this is really about recognizing when it happens and choosing either to engage with it. Yeah, you're right. When I did that, wow, man, I was terrible. Yeah, I suck. Yep, I failed that last test and I'm probably going to fail this one too. Again, it's about engaging. Do we engage with these thoughts? Do we, when that thought comes in of, oh, we're not good enough, or we're not pretty enough, or we're not this enough, and we begin criticizing and nitpicking and being that perfectionist, do we jump on that horse and ride it? Or do we learn how to get off the horse and give ourselves those affirmations, parent ourselves, be good to ourselves, because that's what we would be to someone else, and that's what we need to be for ourselves as well. The next thing is taking care of our bodies. And again, this is basic stuff, but let's be really honest with ourselves. I'm sure there are some of you out there that are like, I eat very well, I exercise regularly and all that stuff, and that's great, amazing. This is not the area of self-love that you probably need to tend to. But there are a lot of others that don't focus on our diets, that are not aware of the foods that we're putting in our bodies. And physical exercise and nutrition is absolutely, it's just important. It's basic, right? We know this. We know that sugar is bad for us. We know that overindulging in something isn't good enough, isn't good for ourselves. So learning how to take care of our bodies better, and really making it a point, just make it a point to do it every single day, to eat a little bit more of the things that you should be eating, to maybe stay away from something that you should be staying away from. If there are addictions involved, sugar is definitely something that you can be addicted to. Hi, my name's Stephanie, and at times I'm addicted to sugar, and I love it. I love sweets. But recognizing like, okay, I can't overindulge because I've been doing it a lot lately, and I need to get back on the treadmill, and I need to go work out again. The physical exercise isn't, for me, it's not just about being into CrossFit and getting crazy and being a gym rat. It's just about moving your body. So moving your body can be something as simple as, hey, I go on a 2-mile walk every single day. Nature, fresh air, all of these things are really, really good for us mentally and emotionally as well. And I don't think people really realize the importance of these things and how much they actually do affect your mind, your body, your mood, everything. The next thing that kind of goes along with the self-criticism really just goes under the heading of self-talk. Watch what you say to yourself. So be aware of the stories that you tell yourself in every single moment as much as you possibly can. Remember, like I always say, your thoughts are either going to help you, they're going to make you feel good, they're going to motivate you, they're going to inspire you, they're going to soothe you, they're going to just make you feel good, or they're going to scare you. That's it. They're going to make you nervous, they're going to make you fearful, they're going to make you anxious, they're going to make you feel like you're not good enough. So recognizing, okay, who's talking right now? Is it the good angel or is it the bad angel? Like I always like to say. And recognizing, oh, here comes the bad angel, he's giving me all of this self-criticism, and being aware of like, okay, I'm not going to engage in that conversation, and giving yourself those positive affirmations, which is another hugely important thing towards self-love. You should be doing affirmations, especially if you've been coming out of an abusive relationship, a terrible marriage, or whatever. Even if you're just down in the dumps, even if you're just going through something where you're like, okay, I'm depressed. And I'm not saying that affirmations are going to be the thing that's going to cure you and make you feel absolutely amazing for the rest of your life. No. Self-development, healing, all of these things, it's multifaceted. There are a lot of things that you have to do. It's not just one thing. It's not listening to a motivational speaker every single day is going to be the thing. It's not doing affirmations. Oh, I did them 4 times a day. Why am I not healing yet? It's not just about those one things. But affirmations are really, really essential towards getting those good thoughts into that subconscious, because right now they're not there. And for me, I still do them, and I've been doing this for many, many years now, and at times I'm like, you know what, I need to get back to the basics, and I need to start doing some affirmations. I need to do some meditations and get Louise Hay back on my playlist and start listening to her again. So absolutely important, watch what you tell yourself. The next thing towards really learning how to love yourself is getting out of your comfort zone. And the reason why I say this is because in order to really love and nurture yourself and move along this journey called life, right, where we want to get better and challenge ourselves and grow and develop and get the things that we want and strive for more, just all of this development work, right? Getting out of your comfort zone doesn't have to mean, okay, I'm gonna go jump out of an airplane. It could just mean, you know what, when I go out to dinner tonight, I'm gonna talk to someone. I'm gonna make it a point to just look at someone in the eyes and just smile. That's something that I always tell my clients. Look when you go out, how many people, and I'm sure you guys know this, how many people don't look at each other in the eyes? If you're walking and someone's walking past you, do you make eye contact with that person, or do you go and just put your head down? So making it a point to do something that pushes yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and maybe it is doing a big adventure, right? Maybe it is going on a trip. Maybe it is jumping out of an airplane. Maybe it is, asking that girl at work if she wants to go have a drink that you're into and you feel like she's into you. Whatever it is, whatever right now in your life would push yourself a little further. It's so important to do these things, you guys, because this is the stuff that really builds your self-confidence. And we've all done it. We've all done something that has gotten ourselves out of our comfort zone. And when we did it, we were like, wow, I actually did that. Like, that's amazing. And that's the elevation of who you are meant to be by challenging yourself and pushing yourself out of those small comfort zones. So the next thing is stop comparing yourself to other people. And the reason why I put this on this list under self-love is because comparison is the absolute killer towards really loving yourself, right? Accepting yourself. And the reason being, you can be comparing yourself to other people. You could be comparing yourself to where you think you should be at this point in your life. And that's not you loving yourself. That's basically you telling yourself that you're not good enough. And that it's not okay where you are right now, that you need to be here, or you need to be like Jody because she's married and she has kids, and I wanted kids and I want to get married too, but I'm not there. And comparing ourselves in that facet, comparing ourselves on social media, comparing ourselves to I wanted to be here in my life. I was there and now I'm not because now I'm divorced. Like, all of that comparison doesn't allow you to truly be happy and in the moment and love yourself, because where you are right now is not okay. It's not good enough. That's basically what you're telling yourself. So you're being that demanding, abusive parent to yourself by not loving yourself for everything that you are right now. Understanding that there is no one else in the world like you. When you really think about that for a second, there's no one in the world like you. So if that is the case, there's no need to ever compare yourself to anyone else. And it doesn't make any sense to ever compare where you are in life to where someone else is in life, because everyone is on a different life journey. And while we can compare ourselves to maybe our friend Susie who's married, and maybe we're going through a divorce, or we're not married yet, or whatever the situation is, even, the smoke and mirrors on social media where we're, looking at our ex on social media and we're like, oh, look, they're just so happy and I'm not, and I'm still single. All of that comparison, it doesn't, number one, it doesn't do you any good. So recognize when you're indulging in a negative behavior that's actually going to hurt you later on. It's almost like knowing that the stove is hot and you just go up to the stove and touch it anyways. If you know something is not going to help you, why would you do it? Also recognizing that everyone is on their own life journey. So while Susie might be in a happy marriage and maybe you're struggling right now in your relationship, Susie's also going through something in her own life as well that you're not going through, because that's not a part of your life journey. And not that that should make you happy by focusing on someone else's misery, but it just makes everyone human at the end of the day, because we all are. We all have stuff, and everyone is going through something in a moment that maybe someone else is not. I think I can honestly talk forever and ever and ever about this topic, but one of the things that I really wanted to emphasize in this video, and I just touched on a few things. You know, I could easily say, you know, do meditations and take a bubble bath and go get some new clothes and like all of that kind of stuff. All that stuff is really, really important. Don't get me wrong. But the point of this is to understand that self-love is a practice, a daily practice that you will do for the rest of your life. And at times, like I said in the beginning of this video, there are going to be times in your life where there's going to be an area that you really need to focus on. Maybe right now, you don't get a lot of quality time. And so really carving out 15 minutes every single day, you know, maybe you're a single mother with 4 kids and you're working, you know, 12-hour days or whatever it looks like for you. Maybe that's the thing that if you can find that window for yourself because you never have that alone time. Maybe the thing for you is working on the self-talk. Maybe for someone else, maybe it is the physical body. Maybe it's recognizing, wow, I don't physically take care of myself at all. I don't feed myself good foods and I really need to get on a health plan and begin dieting or feeling better about myself or whatever, quit smoking or anything like that. So there's so many facets to self-love, but really what it means is learning how to take care of yourself. So think about what are the areas, I actually would love to get your feedback. What are the areas in your life that you know that you need to focus on under this umbrella of self-love? So please comment down below. Like I said, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next week.